Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I know that I've made a couple of videos that were, I guess you could say, very offensive. But I have to say that for the most part, I didn't do these videos just to be mean or to start fights or just for the sake of offending people. I didn't do it for that reason. I believe in protest. I believe in making a point, a valid point, a convincing argument, if you will, on something that I believe is actually true, on something that I believe I have the right to do, something that I believe is right. And there is one such video that I did in October of 2019. And again, this is not to offend anybody, but just to prove a point. I say within the next 10 years or less, people are going to be so betrayed by this. I mean, this is how people would actually go as far as to do it. And I wouldn't blame them. I would not blame them if they end up doing this. Ripping pages of this bullshit book. Just basically ripping it. Because it's bullshit. That's how it is. People are putting their faith in this stupidity. I'm sorry. But this is how I feel. People are putting stupidity in this bullshit book. It's mind-controlling garbage and is extremely dangerous. And that one is called The Holy Bible is Evil and Dangerous. You could look up that title of the video, The Holy Bible is Evil and Dangerous. For those of you who want to see it, the whole video in its entirety. And just form your own opinion. Give me your opinion on that. And again, just to let you know, I did that without regret, and even to this very day, since it's been over a year, I still don't regret doing that. Because I strongly caution people, especially for those who used to believe in God, believe in the Bible to be a sacred thing, and then you felt betrayed by it or you became disillusioned with it after so many years or after being a devoted Christian and things like that. And then you just became like, something doesn't seem right. Like things are so hypocritical or things are just so, how should you say, contradicting. There's a lot of contradicting things you could say about the Bible. When something doesn't seem right and then you start to notice little things here and there, that there's corruption, and we all know, or at least we should know, that there's a lot of corruption within the Vatican, there's a lot of corruption within Christian fundamentalists, especially here in the U.S., evangelical churches, Pentecostal, Baptist, and things like that. It doesn't matter what denomination. And even the whole concept of believing in God and believing that there's a Satan when there really isn't one, there never was. And to know about the corruption of the Council of Nicaea, when they decided what to put into the Bible and what to take out or what to leave in the Bible and stuff like that. And then to come up with the idea that Jesus was a divine being, a God that people should kneel down and worship. That was just a made up idea by Constantine and the church officials, the cardinals, bishops, or whoever else was involved in it. And they all decided to be their own judge on this, and then they all took a vote on whether or not Jesus should be voted in as a divine being, a God. So Jesus became a divine being through a vote. And that's backed up by a book called The Age of Reason by Thomas Paine. And I urge you to read that book. I read it a long time ago and I forgot some of the stuff that were in there, but it was quite some time ago. And it was a book that I borrowed from a friend, so I never really got a copy for myself. I should have, but I didn't. And just to let all of you know that I stand by what I said. I just don't like the idea of people putting their faith into something that they're being taught to believe and not to question. If you're taught something that they say is true, that's one thing. But to be taught something that they say is true and you don't question it, this is the truth, this is the absolute truth, don't contradict, otherwise God will punish you, you're going to go to hell, and all these different types of restrictions, then I have to raise a contradicting question, a very strong contradicting question that there's something wrong here, don't you think? You have to question things. You have to. And why would God be offended by you being outspoken about something like that? Or questioning the actual authenticity of the Bible? How is that considered evil? And furthermore, science has already proven that God doesn't exist. Because in order for something to be considered to be true, instead of just a belief system that you were taught by your parents, by whoever that raised you, and then you're going to church and you say that what's real and what's not real, and then you're not allowed to even question or to even do your own research and come up with your own conclusion, which is your own free will to do. They go as far as to say you obey God, don't question, and all these type of real crazy, insane restrictions. And most people just become obedient because of that. And that's not right. If someone did their own research, being completely unbiased, not as a believer, not as a skeptic or non-believer, but just to do their research and then come up with their own conclusion at the end. And if they still feel the same way that there is a God, then fine. I have no problem with that. But if they start to feel disillusioned and they feel that there's something wrong here, and they start to lean more to being agnostic, like me, or to be an atheist, then that's also okay. I mean, you have that right to feel whatever you want to feel, not to feel what someone tells you how to feel, when someone tells you how to think. I mean, how in the fuck is that considered okay? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Questions or comments, you know what to do. And this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.